On June 12, 2021, Social Gloves would host a boxing event that was dubbed YouTubers vs TikTokers. In this event, FaZe Jarvis would face off versus TikToker Michael Lee in what was presumed to be an epic battle. And although Michael Lee came out strong, FaZe Jarvis ended up KOing him in the second round. As FaZe Jarvis's hands were raised in victory, the comeback was officially complete. Just 2 years after being banned from the game that gave him his platform, Jarvis had climbed back to the top of YouTube. This win seemingly put the exclamation point on it. FaZe Jarvis was officially back. But, unfortunately for Jarvis, this success would be extremely short-lived. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Just wanted to give you a reminder to like and subscribe and turn notifications on. Also, let me know in the comments what other content you'd like me to do. But let's get back to the video. After FaZe Jarvis's boxing win, he seemed to be on top of the world. Even major outlets such as Barstool was talking about him in a big way. But within 1 month of the win, he was suspended indefinitely from FaZe Clan, and we did not hear from him on YouTube at all. But before we get into that, let's go backwards and take a look at how we got to this point. This is the story of FaZe Jarvis. Jarvis grew up in the UK with his brother FaZe K. FaZe K, also known as Frazier, first got his start playing Call of Duty. Much like many of the FaZe Clan members, he started out by doing trick shots and uploading those to YouTube. Over time, Frazier was able to work his way up the ranks of Call of Duty clans until he eventually got into Optic Gaming. This was the clan that he was looking to get into for a long time. He went to all of the tournaments and was able to meet some of the stars such as Nadeshot and Scump. However, this was short-lived as Optic soon cut all of their snipers because they weren't actual professional players. This was the turning point in both Frazier and FaZe Jarvis's YouTube career. Once Frazier was no longer with Optic Gaming, it didn't take long for FaZe Banks to reach out. And within just a short period of time, Frazier was officially in FaZe Clan. And throughout all of this, Jarvis had made an appearance on Frazier's account and even began to make his own videos. Things took a drastic turn when Frazier decided to move to New York into the FaZe house. This is where his YouTube channel started to take off, and he realized it was going to be much more than just a hobby. And pretty soon after that, Frazier actually moved to LA with FaZe Banks when Banks started his own house with FaZe Clan. In the same time that Frazier was moving to LA, a new video game had been released that would ultimately change the entire path for both Jarvis and Frazier. The game was Fortnite, and it was causing shockwaves throughout the world due to its viral components and just the sheer amount of players playing it. FaZe K had begun to play Fortnite and he thought he was pretty good. So when he went back home, he decided to 1v1 Jarvis because Jarvis thought he was better than K. This is where FaZe K realized two things. Number one, he wasn't quite as good as he thought he was. And number two, his brother Jarvis might have been one of the best players in the entire world. So he convinced Jarvis to make a Twitch channel and start streaming his content on Twitch. Jarvis began to make a name for himself within Fortnite because he was quite literally one of the best players on the platform. And this is when FaZe K began to beg everybody at FaZe Clan to take a look at Jarvis to let him into the clan as well. They initially blew him off, thinking that he was just trying to do something nice for his brother. But eventually, Jarvis would get a deal from another organization, which made FaZe Clan actually take a look at the situation. After taking a look at his gameplay and his Twitch, they were a bit shocked at just how talented he was, and offered him the next day to join FaZe Clan. And it wasn't any normal offer. They took an airplane and flew across the sky that said, "Do you want to join FaZe?" This is where Jarvis's life and career would take a massive turn. Having the name FaZe attached to your name on YouTube will not only bring you a whole new audience, but with him being announced on FaZe's YouTube and other platforms, he became an overnight star. But Jarvis far exceeded expectations from joining FaZe Clan. Within just a few short months, Jarvis became one of the biggest creators in Fortnite alongside Ninja and Tfue. But what separated Jarvis was not only did he make great content on YouTube and Twitch, but he was genuinely one of the best players in the game. In the early days of Fortnite competitive, FaZe Jarvis was considered one of the best players in the world, and he was well on his way to making a name for himself that would etch him in the Fortnite record books forever. However, all of this was put to a sudden halt. On November 3rd, 2019, FaZe Jarvis's life would change forever. See, Jarvis had uploaded a video to YouTube showing people what aimbot was like in Fortnite. In the video, he had downloaded an aimbot and was just showing off what it looked like in a public match of Fortnite. Although in Jarvis's mind the video was harmless and he even did it on an alternate account, Fortnite was not happy. Epic Games ended up giving him a permanent ban from the game. This was not only a ban to his account that he used, but to him in general. So basically he was not going to be able to play Fortnite at all on any account. This sent shockwaves throughout the Fortnite community as Epic Games had banned one of the biggest creators on their game. And not only that, Jarvis was one of the biggest creators on YouTube in general. For a long time after that, many people backed FaZe Jarvis by hashtagging #FreeJarvis. But there were also plenty of people who agreed with Epic in that FaZe Jarvis should be banned for life. Over the next few weeks, Jarvis would periodically upload to YouTube, and you could tell he didn't really know where he was going to go. Many people thought this was the end of FaZe Jarvis. However, quite the opposite was true. Not only did Jarvis continue to make content, but he grew exponentially. He was forced to test the limits of his content and began to do things that he had never done on YouTube before. Eventually, he was able to make a new name for himself, and he was no longer known as the Fortnite FaZe Jarvis, but just the content creator FaZe Jarvis. And within just 2 years of his career seemingly being over and him being banned from Fortnite, FaZe Jarvis had made it back to the pinnacle. He had even gotten so big that he was invited to the Social Gloves YouTube vs TikTokers boxing event. In the event, he squared off versus Michael Lee. And again, he won this event in a second round KO. He was seemingly on top of the world, and everyone was back talking in a positive way about FaZe Jarvis. But this is where the story turns sideways. On July 1st, 2021, just 3 weeks after the boxing event, a scandal broke that would ruin the careers of many FaZe Clan members. Jarvis and his brother FaZe K were both involved. The scandal was simply known as the Save the Kids crypto scandal. Now, this entire situation is a topic for another video in which I will actually get into in depth. But for the purposes of this video, here's what you need to know. There was a crypto coin by the name of Save the Kids. Many massive influencers were pushing this coin and encouraging users to buy it. And within days of the launch, the coin's price had gone up. But the problem begins when many of the influencers sold their coins almost immediately. This caused the price of the coins to fall while the influencer had already made their money from selling it. This is otherwise known as a pump and dump scheme, which is highly illegal. FaZe came out and said that they had no knowledge of any of this and kicked or suspended many of their members. FaZe K and FaZe Jarvis were among those members. So just 3 weeks after being on top of the world, FaZe Jarvis was back at rock bottom. After this, he would not upload to YouTube at all. That is, until November 7th, 2021. He uploaded a satirical video in which he was applying for and trying to get a job. The interview obviously went horribly, and at the end he decided he wanted to call FaZe banks. The video ends with a "to be continued," but it's pretty obvious that he is back with FaZe Clan. And many of you might be wondering, how could FaZe let him back in after such a bad incident? But what you have to understand is, we don't know the whole story behind Save the Kids. It's very difficult to believe that people such as FaZe K and FaZe Jarvis would purposely hurt or trick anyone. They've been nothing but genuine throughout their entire career, and I don't see any reason that they would start being fake now. So although we don't know the whole story, what we do know is, with FaZe letting him back in, FaZe Jarvis is probably going to be back and here to stay. So at least for the time being, Jarvis is back and things can go back to the way they should be. And with Fortnite heading into chapter 3 here pretty soon, there is hope that FaZe Jarvis can make the ultimate return. But until then, make sure to like and subscribe and turn notifications on. I will keep you guys updated with any new news coming out of the situation. Again, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to let me know who to look into next in the comments below. Peace, love, and blessings, and I will catch you guys in the next vid.